Hey everybody, Rachel Teedy here with a look at your top stories for this evening. It is November 7th. And first, we're going to start with a story out of North Adams. Now, a North Adams woman in court today saying she did not kill her grandmother. News Channel 13 was in court when Kelsey Cody pleaded not guilty today. Investigators say the 26-year-old killed her grandmother, Doris, and then tried to cover it up. Police say they believe the killing happened on Halloween at the grandmother's home on Church Street. Authorities say Kelsey called a relative to say she found the body. The relative then called 911. Investigators are still waiting for autopsy results to come back, but the investigators also said that there's been some discrepancies between her stories and the multiple times she's told it, some holes there. So you're going to hear more from them coming up on News Channel 13 live at 9 and 11 o'clock. Also, less than 24 hours to Election Day. You have been hearing about this for a very long time, and we should know a little more than just a day from now who our next governor is going to be. Both candidates for governor hit the campaign trail today in New York City, making those final appeals to voters. In recent months, Lee Zeldin has been narrowing that gap. He once trailed Hochul in the polls by more than 20 points, but there's some current polling that shows Zeldin pulling to single digits. Some polls have shown him within the margin of error, and there is one poll that held Zeldin, had him in the lead. The main issue that seems to have resonated with New Yorkers, it centers around crime. Of course, we will have extensive coverage for you tomorrow on election night, running from 9 to 11 on My 4, that's WNYA, and then from 11 to midnight on News Channel 13. We are going to have crews at all of the candidates. It's going to be a really exciting night of election coverage with lots of analysis and interviews with experts to really explain what you're seeing as all of it is unfolding in front of you. Lastly, another big story, lottery fever spreading across the country. Powerball jackpot now at $1.9 billion. That's the largest lottery prize ever. Your chances of winning, not fantastic, one in almost 300 million. But the longer you go without getting a jackpot, the more that money just builds. We're right now at 40 drawings. This will be the 41st for the Powerball. That ties a record. Let me bring in Reed Kisselback right now, first running meteorologist. And Reed, if you won the Powerball tomorrow,
yes,
what would you do with it?
I know Mark and Sabrina asked me too, and I was kind of thrown off guard with it. So I said probably pay off my own debt, pay off some of my parents' debt.
Makes sense.
I'd probably make some investment / save some, but then the other part of me goes, if you have that much money, you got to do something cool.
Right.
So two things. One thing that I've always wanted is to build my own house.
That'd be cool.
With however I wanted it, including like secret rooms, all that stuff.
You could afford to do all of that.
Yes, want to do it. And the other thing would probably be take a very long extended vacation of maybe like 2 years.
Yeah.
And travel the whole world.
That'd be awesome.
And then come back and work, because I think I would go stir crazy if I
Me too.
didn't have something to fill my time.
Me too.
But that'd be a fun one, because then you already know where you want to go back.
Yeah.
In the future. So that's probably, I don't know, what you got?
I would do yes, I would pay off loans. I would pay off my parents' loans, my brother's loans. I would invest a bunch of money, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably build some sort of, my mom has said for years that if she were to win the lottery, she would build some sort of school for kids on the autism spectrum.
Oh, that's nice.
Because my brother was
I
born
feel bad with my answers.
Oh, no, you had a good answer. My brother was born on the autism spectrum. And so like having that kind of resource, there's actually somebody I met here in the capital region who does something like that. And it was really cool to hear from her. So I'd probably invest and build something like that, or invest in one that already exists. But yeah, I'd travel a lot. I would definitely work after the fact though, because I'd go crazy.
Yeah, you kind of got to do that kind of thing. So.
I would go crazy. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, let's bring in your graphics here, because
oh boy,
what are we seeing election day forecast? Oh, there is something cool happening.
Yeah, we got something cool happening tonight. One, it's been a weird November, as we all know, with temperatures in the 70s so far. But also, too, tonight we have clear skies. Usually the month of November as a whole is a cloudy month overnight, especially. So the fact we have clear skies and the fact that we have this going on tonight is a plus for us here. We have a total lunar eclipse when the moon passes under Earth's shadow, giving you that kind of reddish hue. And so the eclipse begins at just after 3 o'clock in the morning. You'll start to get that partial shadow in place about an hour later. And then you'll start to get the total eclipse by about 5:16, 5:17. Maximum eclipse is just shy of 6 a.m. And by the time we get towards the end of that, you have to keep in mind now, sunrise is at 6:38 a.m. The total eclipse ends at 6:41 a.m. So that might be right on the horizon. And so that means that we are very likely not going to see the partial eclipse end or the whole eclipse end by the time we get towards 9 a.m. But still, if you want to get out and watch that, no, it's going to be pretty cold because the next also lunar eclipse, by the way, is in 3 years. So March 14th, 2025. So yeah, take advantage, get out and see it. It's going to be a little bit more of a rarity. If you're going to be heading out, though, make sure you have the jacket with you. It'll be cold tomorrow. Also, hey, it's election day. So we'll be starting out with temperatures in the upper 30s for the day, low 40s in a few spots. You can see on the forecast here, hour by hour, we're in the 40s for a large part of the day, low 50s for our highs, which is seasonal for this time of year. And then once we get to sunset, clear skies will allow us to quickly cool down once again. And we'll see some pretty cool, chilly conditions overnight. Only other thing to note, it's been windy the past few days. Tomorrow will be windy again, more so by mid-morning into early afternoon, where we'll have wind gusts ranging anywhere from about 20 to 30 miles per hour. So if you are heading out, it's seasonally cooler now. So you'll definitely probably want the jacket with you, especially if you're going to be out for a period of time. So tonight, 36, clear moonlit skies, chilly. Winds are diminishing for a little while overnight. Tomorrow, 53, mostly sunny. Much cooler, but seasonable, still breezy again with wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. And then the 7-day planner, here comes the roller coaster ride of temperatures for us. 54 Wednesday, mostly sunny, 65 on Thursday. By Friday, Veterans Day, we start out dry, showers coming in towards the end of the day, lingering into Saturday. It'll be breezy again on Saturday as colder air starts to surge back into place. You can see Sunday and Monday, we are high, but we have temperatures for highs in the mid 40s. So colder for sure.
And a low in the 20s.
Low in the 20s. I go a little aggressive sometimes on the forecast with that. When we have clear skies on a November night or sometimes even December, if it stays clear very early on into the very early morning hours, usually the forecast models say if it was 30, it can be off by about 3, 4 degrees. So I usually try to adjust for that. So some of you might see an overnight low still hitting 30. I'm strongly feeling we'll be in the 20s.
Yes, in the 27.
Yeah. Yep.
This is the first overnight low in the 20s that we've seen so far this year, I believe.
Yes, for this upcoming season, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously not. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I was like, wait, no. So January.
Not
no.
January.
Yeah, no. So yes, for this upcoming season, you would be correct in that regard.
Oh, winter is coming. Here we
Yes.
are. All right.
It's dark.
Yeah, right, exactly. Winter is coming.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Reed. We are going to recap just one more time. Don't forget that we have election coverage tomorrow night from 9 to 11 on My 4. That's WNYA. 11 to midnight, News Channel 13, crews all across the region tomorrow. We also have exclusive YouTube newscasts happening at the exact same time with panelists and analysts that you're not going to see anywhere else. So it should be very, very cool, very interesting election night coverage. Don't forget to get out and vote, of course. All of that wraps up tomorrow. Hope you have a great and safe evening. Stay warm out there.